Now, if Kat Gilwey is nervous, she's certainly not letting any of that on to us in the locker room. Her parents, though, can't say the same for them. As far as the seniors' goal, Emma Utterback and Delaney Richardson are the two names everyone has circled on their rosters, with both of those players having vesting fifth-year options due to the COVID year that every Division I NCAA athlete has. We would like to bump that number up to 10 so that the team can account for any unexpected injury or illness that may plague them as we head into playoff time. The Cats wrap up their first home-and-home series of the season this Sunday against NJIT. Now, we caught up with head coach Adam Pfeiffer earlier in the week. Of course, the Vermont Green coming off that 1-0 loss to the top-seeded Western Massachusetts Pioneers. He says tonight he's going to be looking for a leader to step up. We don't know who it is yet, but we will continue to have more coverage of this game tonight on the Sports Desk at 11.
All right, we've got a couple of crews across the region right now. Jack Main joins us live. And Jack, you have had a wild night. You've been all over the place, and it started out in Montpelier, but you're not even in the same state right now. What happened?
Yeah, Tyler, Liz and I ended up going into the neighboring Twin State. We're about an hour or so outside of Boston because that is the closest place that we could find a hotel. All of the hotels in the Upper Valley from Northfield all the way to Hanover, New Hampshire are booked up because families are being relocated out of their houses and being placed in hotels to get away from the rain.
Now, the NBC5 Sports Desk, sponsored by your New England Ford dealers.
The season's moving really fast. We're already a quarter of the way to playoffs, with week 2 marking the 1/4 mark of the high school football season. Welcome on into the Sunday morning edition of the Sports Desk. I'm Jack Main. The Rice Green Knights pulled off what many would call an upset in week 1, and now in week 2, they're in the driver's seat to take a stranglehold in their new division, welcoming in the Thunderbirds of Missisquoi for a Saturday matinee. And finally, a picture-perfect day for this one in South Burlington. Opening drive, Green Knights are in the red zone, but sophomore Hunter Cheney comes screaming off the edge, lines up a huge sack, bringing up a 3rd and long for the Green Knights. So on the next play, Dallas St. Peter says, you know what, I'll do it myself. And he bullies his way into the end zone for 6 points. Rice would attempt the 2-point try and fail, so they got to step things up on defense. Here comes the A-gap blitz, and here comes Nolan Worgan for the stuff. Rice puts a hurting on the T-Birds, 36-6, your final score. Down to Bristol, Mount Abe taking on Otter Valley, and I'm going to introduce you all to my new favorite high school football player in Vermont. His name is Isaac Whitney. How many guys does it take to take him down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It takes a village, and they can't even bring him to the turf. They've got to force him out of bounds, rip jersey and all. So what do you do on the next play? You just feed the man again. They have such a hard time bringing him down. That's why he's my new favorite player. Otter Valley would have to punt on that possession, but how about on the final drive of the game? Where's the ball? I had a hard time finding it, and that's because it's all the way upfield with Lucino Falco. He's gone for a big man touchdown and a Play of the Week nomination. 29-7, Otter Valley with a statement win. Noah Searson's Vikings taking on the Buccaneers. Netflix star Kirk Cousins all the way downfield to Addison on the deep ball. 7-3 Minnesota up on Tampa Bay. There's a new man in Tampa Bay, and his name is Baker Mayfield, and he's throwing dimes to Mike Evans. Bucks with a convincing win over Minnesota, 2017. Taking out Carolina, facing the Falcons. It's the first NFL game for Bryce Young, and he's picked off. What a rude awakening. Falcons with the ball late in the first quarter, and they are going to deliver. Ritter's going to find his man in the backfield, duck a tackle, and then find yourself in for 6 points. Falcons over the Panthers in week 1. Patriots, Eagles happening right now over on the other channel. 19-14. Eagles currently with the lead, but the Patriots currently with the ball. And then coming up tonight on NBC, Sunday Night Football. Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle Tafoya, the crew is back, and that means we will be joining you guys late tonight.
At 11:30 we go on tonight, right?
This starts the rest of the fall.
Jack, this is your time.
How
people at two different levels of the game, sharing the same vision of growing the game. Chris Cummings of Norwich University and national champion Lonnie Alameda of Florida State came together in a remote part of Vermont, giving young New England softball players an opportunity they otherwise would never have had.
You got me too? I mean, it's the game of softball and we all take care of each other.
The only softball clinic of its kind in Vermont, hosted by one of the most accomplished coaches in the sport, in a state not known for producing much talent on the diamond. Florida State head coach and 2018 national champion Lonnie Alameda hosts one clinic a year outside of Florida, and for the second year in a row, Vermont was her location of choice.
A little refresher to why we do what we do. Growing the game is a huge part of a lot of people's vision, and so, it's always been a big part of mine and definitely Chris, so really enjoy coming back here and sharing the game.
2 sessions with 35 kids each, ranging from little leaguers to recent high school grads, took part in the clinic, nearly doubling the total from last year. And in growing the game, Chris Cummings wants to eliminate one massive hurdle.
It's not about money. I do not think that price should be a barrier for athletes, especially children. If I can pay the bills, the travel, and the instructors, that's all we're really looking for.
And the participants get an authentic Division I collegiate softball experience.
See what kind of spin you're getting on the ball.
The drills and the skills that we work on are to every single level. It's just a matter of the detail and the standard that we want.
So how much parity is there between a practice that you run here and a practice that you would run at Florida State?
It'd be the same.
There's always more to learn. Just kind of getting it from her makes me want to learn more, work harder, and be the best softball player I can be.
Now, with more resources and more signups, Lonnie looks forward to making the trip to the Green Mountain State every summer.
I think the enthusiasm of these girls wanting to get better is pretty awesome, and that's what keeps me coming back.
Trust me, it is